He's the quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings, Christian Ponder, back on the show. How is morale with the Vikings, Christian?
It's good. It's good. I think morale is usually up when you win games, so that's always good.
When's the last time you guys had a conversation about what was going on with another team?
A conversation what was going on with another team?
Yeah, that you guys just discuss stuff that goes on in the locker room. You know, guys get together and you're talking about another team, another topic.
We don't really gossip that much about other people. We kind of got our own issues, so we talk about ourselves.
What are the issues?
Well, obviously we had a 2-game losing streak, so we're focused on that to fix that and turn that around.
But did you ever think you'd go to a press conference and you would have to acknowledge your girlfriend? And
Never.
You played
Never.
it well. You had a good sense of humor about it, but then you said, I guess I got to thank my girlfriend for this. But how did that start? That you're dating somebody who's in the business, and that somehow led to you slumping?
I didn't start it. I don't know. I guess. Obviously I wasn't playing well, so someone had to associate or come up with the reason why. So, for some reason in their head, that was the correct justification, but who knows?
But what is more dangerous to you, the regular media or social media when it comes to, what people write or what they say?
I don't know. That's an interesting question. With social media, everything's spread so quickly now these days. You see so many guys who, especially like I said, tweet something and then, they realize it's bad, and then within like 20 seconds they've deleted it, but it still makes the news. And social media is an interesting tool in a positive and a negative way. You just got to learn how to use it the correct way.
Do you tweet?
I do tweet. I do.
Have
you not following me? What do you mean?
No, I can't do it, Christian. I can't. The whole tweeting thing, and I always said that there should be an editor for every team that'll say, you know what, do you really want to tweet that before it goes out? Have you been have you been caught by saying something that you regretted?
I have not. No, not yet. I'm sure at some point, probably, but up to this point, I think that's pretty good so far. But I agree, man. I think that there definitely needs someone to be hired who just follows every player around and says, think before you tweet that, because see countless guys that just get themselves in trouble because of it. And it's just like so easy. It's
just hit send.
Sometimes you're like, are you really not that smart to be like, you tweeted that? Seriously? Come on.
We're talking to Christian Ponder, Vikings quarterback, a man who's in love, and it has nothing to do if he slumps. Is that a fair assessment there?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. All right, fine. I just want to make sure I got that out there. Have you dealt with unnamed sources in the locker room before, where somebody says something and if it's directed about you?
No, I've never have. No.
But when you have this off the record stuff, what's going on with the Jets, where somebody unnamed source says something about Tebow being terrible? How would you deal with that?
I don't know. That's tough. Sometimes to me, like, when it's an unnamed source, it's like it loses its credibility. If you're going to say it, at least step up and say you're the one that said it.
You wouldn't have a problem if a teammate said something like that and owned up to it?
If they owned up to it, I would still have a problem with it, but at least I know who it was, and you can address the issue. When it's anonymous, it creates all kinds of issues.
How would you, if you were going to assess Adrian Peterson's health right now, what do you think it would be?
I would say that he is a freak of nature, and it's like, I would say he's 100% healthy. He looks, everyone's talking about it. He looks healthier than he did before the injury.
I don't think he's 100%, but that's what's even more amazing about what I'm watching there. It still feels like he's favoring the knee a little bit, which is understandable, but he's almost got 1,200 yards, Christian. It's unbelievable.
Well, he's had in the past 3 games, he's had over a 60-yard touchdown run or over a 60-yard run, and 4 games in a row over 100 yards, and he's unbelievable. If he's not the MVP or the comeback player of the year right now, I don't know who else would be. He's unbelievable. And obviously, and what I love about him is he's obviously an unbelievable football player, but he's an awesome human being. I mean, everyone loves hanging out with him, and he's for a guy that is so talented. He works his butt off, and he's a great teammate. I mean, we love being around him. So we're excited that he's come back and played so well. Obviously.
Well, what kind of luxury is that to know that you can that the defense always has to account for Adrian Peterson?
Well, it takes pressure off the passing game, and even against the Lions, we threw the ball pretty well, and we're moving the ball, but in the fourth quarter when we needed to close the game out, and they were coming back, Adrian took the game over and had a 61-yard touchdown run, and had a couple other great runs to burn the clock out, and it is such a luxury to have, and a quarterback's best friend is a great running game, and yeah, so it's good for me.
If you look at the transition, you're going from progression of rookie year to this year, the big difference that you have from first year to second year, is it noticeable?
I think so. The game's really slowed down for me in the second year. I'm just a lot more comfortable in the offense and everything, and I would probably say that the playbook is definitely more extensive than what I had last year, and I think it's just a whole level of comfort and confidence in what I'm doing.
Can you give me for instance, like a play call?
You want a play, like an actual play call?
Yeah. Could you, just so I get in the huddle and I would understand what you have to absorb?
Okay. Well, sorry. So, gun spread right, 62 scat. What was it? Gun spread right, 62 scat. Post smacked, wide choice.
On two. Ready,
That'd be on one.
On one.
Yeah.
Does it even matter when you guys do your when you go hut hut? Like, it doesn't matter if it's on one or two or three, does it?
Usually when we try to quicken it up, we try to get them on the first hut. So then when we're calling the second hut, they're already past the line of scrimmage, so we're getting them offside.
Okay, try to draw me offsides.
No, I don't want to be giving away my snap counts on here right now.
Oh, it's just us talking. None of the Bears aren't, they got other things to worry about here. They got the Niners to worry about.
I don't know about
Have you ever heard Dan Marino? Dan Marino had the best count when he was quarterbacking.
Yeah.
He'd go.
Yeah, no, he was good. John Elway was pretty good too.
But they would go, da, da, da! Like, how do you even know if that's on one, two, or three?
It's funny when growing up watching like Peyton, and they'd always have the mic around him. Some of the stuff he's calling out, and you've always seen people make fun. Like Saturday Night Live would always make fun of it and stuff. But it's interesting. Yeah, what's also interesting is when a quarterback talks normally, they sound one way, and then when they get up on the line of scrimmage, they have this quarterback voice that's completely different.
Have you ever had your voice crack on the football field?
I don't know. Probably in like seventh grade when I was going through puberty, but not right now.
More likely the Vikings in the playoffs or the Seminoles in a BCS bowl?
I would like to say both. I mean, Florida State's in a pretty good position to win the ACC right now, and they control their own destiny. And same with us as Vikings. I mean, we got a tough schedule, but we have it all in our hands.
All right. Well, don't drop it.
Thank you. I'll try not to.
And hopefully you'll have a good game next time and you don't have to acknowledge your girlfriend.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
All right. Thank you, Christian.
All right, Dan.
All right. Christian Ponder. Yeah, he goes out there at press conference. I'd like to thank my girlfriend, Samantha Steele from the mothership.